So now we're going to talk about the fundamental and technique of a 3-point stance. So for me, you can either be shoulder width apart. You can be parallel with your legs, your feet, toes forward. You don't really want them too far in. You don't want your feet too far out. You don't want them straight or maybe a little bit pigeon-toed inside. For me, I like to have my right foot back just a little more of a stagger, almost a toe to heel stagger, but still be under my shoulders. And I just get down in a nice squat position, put my hand down. You don't want your hand too far over. You don't want to be too far up. You don't want to be too far back. You want it right in front of you and have, maybe like 30%, 40% of a lean forward so that you can still drive out. You're not too far where you kind of fall down. You're not too far back where you can't get enough power out of your foot. So the big difference between that and a 2-point stance for me is when I'm down in a 3-point stance on any run plays, I'm able to already be low out of my stance so that when I hit my block, I'm already coming at a low angle. If I'm up, coming out, I'm already standing up. So for me, it's better being down in a 3-point for most run plays. And the biggest thing too at your stance, depending on the play, you don't want to have your eyes staring at your man, because one time in practice, our middle linebacker told me, he's like, "Hey Pat, I know what play you're running because you're staring at your guy." And for me, I didn't play fullback since high school, and even then it was nothing serious like it is now. So from that point on, I made sure I got my read and I know where my guy is, and then I just stare straight so they don't know where it is. But the whole time, you still have to have your peripherals looking, because defensive moves, guys move around, so you really have to make sure you're still know where your guy is. So let's say if it's like a 94 power, I have to kick out the end. I see where he is, look around, because I don't want to just come out of the stance and just stare at this guy the whole time and then get my stance like this. Look around, see where he is, I see him, all right, get in my stance, so then I can go and get him. So the biggest thing between that and a 2-point, I use 2-point more for passing downs. So if I'm pass protecting or anything like that, so it's the same thing. You want your shoulders, your feet underneath your shoulders, nice knee bend, have your chest up, your eyes up, so you can look around. And if you want to do it a 3-point, you can as well. But this one, you want to make sure your weight's back a little more, because you're not really driving forward on a pass. You're more kind of up, looking around so you can read the defense and make sure you find your guy. But it's the same thing. So if you're down in a 2-point, usually put both hands on my knees. I have a weight right here, maybe a little bit of a pigeon toe, so then you can really drive either way. But the biggest thing is just making sure you're in a good position so you can look around and just find your guy. For me personally, I like the 3-point stance more. I just feel like I get more power out of my step. I'm already low when I go, but it really is your preference. But for the most part, you definitely want to be a 3-point for rundown.